A note on a very good film, Tangerines. The action of the film takes place in Georgia, a place where they have Estonians living. But it's an Estonian production and it was introduced in competitions by Estonia, and it was nominated for both an Academy Award and a Golden Globe for in the category for foreign film, obviously. It deals with war in Russia, the conflict there. An Estonian is trapped between the two camps. He just wants to, to get his tangerines harvested, so to say, uh, brought in, and then he's going to Estonia. He's an Estonian. Ivo is the name. Ivo. And it's a powerful story about the devastation of war, about the hatred involved, uh, innocence caught between, like this evil who has nothing to do with a war. Even if I would say I disagree with the idea of neutrality. Yes, he is an innocent bystander, and he can be really hurt. Uh, one is injured, he takes him in, but then in his same house we have the enemy, the two guys who are on opposite sides, and they hate their guts, and he's just trying to make peace. But even if in this particular case we have two human beings, and that's how we could see them, not caring so much about who supports who. And yes, I get that. I don't have to be a Buddhist to see that this is bad. This hatred, this enmity. Referring to the Buddha, he said something like, I don't have the exact words, I think. Holding on to hatred, it's like keeping a hot coal in your hand with the intention of throwing it at your enemy. The problem being that while you hold on to it, you are the one hurt. So forget about this hatred. And indeed, this is clear positive psychology. And psychology in general, studies have shown that negative, especially intense negative feelings and emotions are very harmful. And those who are positive, optimistic, live longer, healthier lives. They have more success in their private and professional lives, and so on. The benefits are endless. But having said that, I, for one, am very clear on who's responsible in that conflict, the one in Ukraine now, for instance, and so many others. They are the guys who brought in communism here. So with that, I must confess I'm really very biased, and I'm hateful. The Soviets and their Russian descendants, so to say, are the ones who affected my whole life. About 25 years of communism, but still we haven't ended it. I mean, we're not tyranny. This is not North Korea I'm talking from, but this the effects are still here, and one of them is learned helplessness. People who have lived, it's a term, and learned optimism is a book by the founder of positive psychology, Martin Seligman. But learned helplessness basically means that if for some time you are in a situation where you can't help, they tested on dogs, for instance, with electricity. They applied electricity to dogs who couldn't get out for some time. And then after they did this, they allowed them to jump over. And they didn't, because they knew they have learned helplessness. They were used with the idea that there's nothing they can do about it. So if you're talking a generation, not some days, weeks of this kind of psychological torture and environment, people are now, this is the way our things are here. What can we do? I mean, the roads and the traffic, what can you expect? Learn it helplessness on a mass scale. So for me, Russia, to return, Russia is, I mean, not Russia on the whole. They have intelligentsia. They have some people who demonstrate taking such risks against Putin, but unfortunately, alas, they represent a very small minority. Some 80% are, if not thrilled, in love with Putin. They agree with him and his annexation of Ukraine, which of course their propaganda machine and the mentality. They also have to pay tribute to the fact that they've been communists for so long, longer than we've been. So this mentality makes it appear like this is not an annexation. This is not Russia taking part of the Ukraine, Crimea. No, they just took back land, and they have to face the enemy, the West, and things like that. But I just hate it.